All right, chat. Ugh. I can't even do my big all right chat. I've been sick for like the last week. The show must go on. So now we're spectating the #1 Bucky. A lot of people have been trying and saying that Bucky is the #1 DPS right now. Respectfully, I disagree. I think there's better DPS that get banned. But because of those bans, you actually do end up seeing a lot of Bucky. Rank 1 Bucky. Let's see. And if you're wondering why there's a bunch of stars there, there's an in-game setting when you get diamond and above to make it so it hides your name at the start of the game. That way you don't get target banned. I'm sure this person probably has gotten target banned a bunch. I do it too, so people can't stream snipe me and make sure that and see what we're banning. Okay, just clips the Psylocke out of invis on the way by. Big hook on the Star-Lord. Huge uptime though, just constantly spamming out. One thing right there, you know, I don't think people do enough playing against Namor, especially DPS players. Shoot the damn those damn squids on the wall, would you, please? Ooh. Hey, one small thing, this isn't something that's gonna be too flashy. This is something that needs to be highlighted though, especially of really, really top players, is map awareness. And for the fact that they're in this much trouble, they know they're about to die, this 180 shift is perfect. If you were playing in this situation and you had to run, 1, you had to identify that you need to turn and run. 2, would you have identified it fast enough? 3, would you have actually been able to make the 180 shift flick in one movement like that to survive? A lot of people would have hit the wall or hit this corner wall or just missed. Small stuff like that, really, really important. That is pretty mechanical too. Benefit of having good mechanical skill comes with it. Another small thing I've noticed, really always using all of their ammo, or close to using all of their ammo before they use any abilities. Big hook. So here's another example really quick right here. Doesn't have the abilities up. Uses shots, killing the squids. Uses all 3 shots, puts it up the E. Uses all 3 shots, charges up the hook. Boom, boom, boom. Making sure to get maximum DPS, maximum damage uptime in all of these fights. Now, you're not always going to have an ability ready to go before you have to reload. Sometimes you just run out of abilities, and so you got to manually reload. Ooh, disgusting shot. But with Bucky's low ammo, maximizing your uptime on damage, super, super, super important. Wait, you reload when you use an ability? Yes, Bucky's whole kit revolves around this mechanic, where if you use his grapple, his E, or his shift, it gives you full ammo. So you fire boom, 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 use his E, you have full ammo. Boom, 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 charge up the hook, full ammo.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Reloading manually is faster than using an ability. One, I don't think that's totally true. Second off, it's about uptime. If you're fighting someone and you go boom, 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 pop your E on them, boom, 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 you're doing damage, you're slowing them, and you're keeping the fight going. That damage uptime is huge. H use of again reloads too. I was gonna hope that we would see the ult and then maybe they do that in the ult, and I was gonna highlight that, but you know, hey, you know what? Yeah, I guess you guys are getting better at this than I am now. You wanna do the whole show? No, I'm just kidding.
Armed and dangerous. Again.
You did it right there. He shifted anyway, so. Oh. Okay, fair enough. I respect the attempt on the hook. 3 shots, throws out the E. Nothing really doing right now, just poking. I don't know what in the world that Mantis ult is. That's a strange Mantis ult. Another thing I noticed, even though they're using their E and their hook a lot of times for reload, the one thing they don't use a lot is the shift for hooks. I mean, for ammo. Likely that's because the shift is actually, one, a good movement ability to have, but it's more of a survival tool or a finish-off tool. So it's not as easy to use, or not easy to use. They don't use it as willy-nilly as, say, the E, for example. That was just kind of a steamroll of a round. I mean, there's sometimes just games are like this, where you just have one team that's just dominating. Happens at every rank. Oh, big crits. No, the small thing is just like their aim has just been insane. They get so many headshots. Yeah, you can tell it's a habit they've built up, is to use all their ammo. Because, like, here's another one right here. They just have one bullet left. There's literally nobody they're aiming at. They're just sitting here, just chilling. Just randomly shoot it, and then immediately start charging it up. So, like, they're constantly keeping track of having the 3 bullets. Trying to always make an effort to use the 3 bullets before, you know, hitting any of their other cooldowns. So, even, like, I think that one just being is like, okay, they're clearly shooting at nothing, so it's a habit that they've built up, and it's a good habit to have. Putting a lot of damage in on their Strange, also contesting the Hawkeye at range. That E, I think, would have killed him. 3 shots and then go. Yep, 3 shots and then pops the E. Like many top players, he can count to 3. You'd be surprised. I know a lot of people that cannot count to 3. And by that I mean, okay, let's walk in 3, 2, 1, and then they just don't move. Okay. Poor Strange just getting rolled. Ooh, I think he looks away from the Strange there, trying to bait him to lower his shield. Kind of like how when you mag ult. You know, when you mag ult, sometimes you look away and then flick back.
I am ready to put on a show.
Rise, my friend.
Jesus. Dude, this is a shit stomp. This is just evil. Retro, in the future for these, I might need a little bit less of a shit stomp game, because I got nothing on this one. There's a lot of good fundamentals, but this is just mean. One thing, the Prime.
This is where we part ways, Clint.
Wait, that was gross. Headshot, missed, body shot, flicks him with the E. That was gross. I thought it looked like there was an... My guy actually just went up, just straight up, just started aura farming. I learned about that from TikTok. What the f? This one is more of a normal game. Let's see, in a not shit stomp game, the rank 1 Bucky. Playing against Captain America too. Dude, I think Captain America's so slept on this season with Venom. Oh. That is like one of the things that probably f***ed him up the most, though, is Bucky with his hook pull in. This is a game with Wolverine and Storm not banned. Rare footage. Also, it gets so many flyers. Like, I feel like playing Bucky's gonna be really difficult here. Human Torch, Storm, Star-Lord. You know what I like? You see their Invisible Woman uses their shield. Oh! Invisible Woman uses their shields. Give their flankers and their flyers a little bit of a better chance. See, they can't really go for the hook right there. It's slow. That's all he was going for. He was going for the hook through the tree, hoping he's gonna peek there. Honestly, kind of a good guess. My dumbass would have went way to the left. Hit so many good shots. Even though they're playing super safe, there's not really much to do here. I think that's something I've learned from like the DPS side of watching Rivals is you have to have a lot of patience. I think a lot of people get really bored and anxious and they start walking up to look for kills or like hit the flank or like looks for an angle.
Armed and dangerous.
Bro, what did he do to you? You say you suck and you smell and like that poor guy, poor Captain America. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do though to Cap, just because like he just survived for so long. So that was a good example. I've been looking for one the entire time. Is how he saves his shift a lot to use it as an escape tool, give himself a little extra shield and survive. You know, uses the E pretty willy-nilly, uses the hook pretty forgivingly as well. The shift is the only thing he's pretty stingy with. That was a good example of like, ugh, using it for survival. I actually almost one-shot the not Mr. Fantastic, sorry, the Human Torch out of the sky. This is such a hard matchup too. Against the triple flyer comp, triple flyer mag. This is probably like the worst case scenario. How would you recommend learning new characters when at the higher ranks? That's why a lot of people make alt accounts. Like people meme it and are like, oh, they make alt accounts just to shit on lower players. No, like it is almost impossible for somebody to be top rank in every hero. And even beyond that, like every role. I will say, I think DPS players probably have the biggest advantage in that department because like mechanically, it's the hardest role. Like let's say you're a tank player and you want to learn Star-Lord, you probably are going to need another account to be on. I know it's like, oh, but it's smurfing. Yeah, it is. But at the same time though, if you're a top 500 tank player, the chances of you being a top 500 Star-Lord player are almost none. And that's the unfortunate reality. It is the best way to learn. Like, you're not gonna get that. The only thing you'll get in quick play is mechanical practice. Unfortunate on the Bucky ult there. I think they were looking for more. Ooh. They were looking for them to be on the second level, but he was actually on the roof, if you didn't catch that really quick. The res is up here. Kinda hard to Bucky ult when you have 3 flyers, a bubble, and an invis. Right, but they're all gonna res in one spot with the Atom res. So because they're all gonna be in that circle, ulting that res is a very good idea. But because they were so high up, it just missed. Which is why I said it's an unfortunate ult. I didn't say it was a bad ult. It's not that deep. Just lock what your role you want to learn, and your teammates can cry about it. No, it is actually, it is that deep, because when you're playing in top 500, you're playing with the same people every day. And so you do not want to become known as the quote thrower player who just feels like wants to learn something new someday. People are going to avoid you. And then if they get you on their alt account, because don't forget, they do the same thing. If they catch you on their alt account on a game they don't care about, and you through their game trying to learn something for the day, you won't have a bad time. So yes, it is actually that deep. There's a social aspect you're not thinking of. Have you guys not heard about, like, I don't know if he's still doing it, but Surefour had like a widow list, right? Where if he played against like certain players that like through his games, he just locked widow. Like, there's a lot of people that have like those lists or like those mental notes of, oh yeah, I played with this guy hard through my game. You know what? I'm locking this. Good luck. You know? People do that all the time. I mean, it happens to streamers too, where it's like, you know, oh, I got so-and-so streamer on my game. Like, you know, it'd be funny if I threw their game to see what their reaction looked like. Like, it all comes together in a way. So, no, that's why I don't think you should just play whatever you want on that account. Oh. 1 HP gets him. Still has his again. Waits for him to come to. Wait, did he knock him out of the sky with his E? Wait. So he hits the E, knocks him out of the sky, and then ults. That was gross. Holy! Stuff like that right there, that's the impressive stuff. Also, sorry if you get any sniffles, I'm still sick, so. Oh, the E accuracy's been so good. Oh! Oh! I would have put my E right into the side of the cart right there. Their accuracy is just phenomenal. Was hoping the Invisible Woman was going to be around the corner there. She went for the full flank, though. It's honestly fine. It's a good guess to go for it. Holy shit. That was gross. I feel like Johnny gets a little too much hate, my brother in Christ. When people say a character isn't that strong in a video game, it's not hate. It's one of the things that I think probably annoys me the most about Rivals. For example, I hate Rocket players, and I don't think Rocket's very strong. The first one is more hates versus saying, I don't think Rocket's very good. That's not Rocket hates. That's an objective statement. It's different. I know it's hard to tell the difference, but it's not both though. Oh my goodness! Wait, how did he know he's down here still? Oh no, he saw him earlier. Holy shit, he saw him right here. Oh my goodness. Yo, relentless. This is an evil 1v1. Oh my, oh now 2v1. Holy shit, did not let his ass escape. Oh, he still gets one. I was gonna say, I feel like that might have been a little bit of a tough. Oh, that is so unfortunate. The punch does not connect through the window. That was actually such a good ult idea, though. So you can tell during this right here, the decision making is like, oh shit, which one do I go for, right? Because you hear the born again, so he like flips around, looks for it really quick. Doesn't see it, doesn't know where it is. It could be anywhere. Decides, shit, I'm losing altitude. Better to go for the safe kill. Boom, lands. Unfortunately, though, puts to the low ground. Tries to go for the hook, the punch. This window is so deceiving. And then gets pushed away. Good play from the Invisible Woman on their team, but such quick, good decision making as well. And fighting the triple tap on the Flying Storm through the push, through the bounce pad. Good Lord. Ooh. Actually, that was a huge shot there on the torch. Helps get the kill. Walks in, stay in the ults. Target acquisition finds the Invisible Woman, but it's during ult, so there's not really much you can do. Big hook. Oh. Solo ults him? He gets away. I respect the solo. Oh! You know, now I'm kind of curious what a game where it's not triple flyer would end up looking like. Because I feel like you play Bucky a lot of times against, like, Groot. Like, Groot's really strong. Especially with, like, how bands can shape up with no, like, Wolverine. That's a huge res. Holy shit. I kind of just passing thought. That's all. So they pulled the Storm Human Torch team up ult. Although I don't know if they actually used it. Unfortunately, it gets caught out. They just had a lot of ults. Oh, they swapped off of the Human Torch and swapped onto Mr. Fantastic. So maybe they're just cosplaying as, like, you know, not the strongest characters they could pick. There are a lot of people that like to do that. They like to challenge themselves to be winning and doing well on not strong heroes. Huge ult, gets multiple people, gets the reset off of one of them. Oh! Oh, no shot! All of those agains and all those ults just did so much damage. Only the first one only got one kill eventually after chasing it down, but it made them all back away, which was huge. Ew. What I'm realizing is whenever I've had to play Bucky, I just don't have enough mechanical skill. I put way more emphasis onto the hooks like hitting good hooks and being good with my hooks. If you just headshot people left and right, apparently it don't matter.
Heading your way.
Those shots are gross.
Good hook. Oh, this poor Adam's been getting punished really hard for the off angles. Oh, Strange kind of got rolled. Good headshot again. They had Soul Bond though. See, little things like this are the most impressive. Like this is how you can tell it's like really high tier gaming. Like, yeah, they want to go for the hook on the Bucky, but they just check to see really quick, is there a better option? And it's like, nope, there's nothing there. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Armed and dangerous.
Oh, and they have the Loki. Oh yeah, it's, oh, actually, interesting. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Loki clone reset right there. Maybe they're just trying to get the kills instead. Never mind. This is why they're the rank 1 Bucky and I'm not. Because my ass would have went for the reset on the Loki clone right here and hope I got a reset. And then they pop res back here, just W keys on through. Big punch, follow up, kills.
Wow, 4 in a row. Only 60 seconds left.
Jesus. So that's the first time we've actually got to really see the tech. The way the hook works is almost like the Roadhog hook from Overwatch, but you can actually fully turn it where as they're getting pulled in, if you just flip your camera, you can pull them out. So that's what he does right here to the Atom. Pulls him out. Doesn't have his shift up though. If he had his shift, he would have killed him. That grab is gross. It's how you kill Groot very easily. Because Groot's really, really strong right now, but there are ways of shutting him down. Bucky's one of the big ones. Being able to hook him and then push him into your team without Groot has no mobility is part of how you pull it off. They portal through, spamming through, almost has ult. Yeah, and that Invisible Woman's shield is good. Finds their Bucky on the flank. I don't know if he would have stopped that. Ugh. Damn. That is a performance right there. Against Triple Flyer for most of the game. 37 final hits, 29k damage. God damn. Well, there you go. Everyone says Bucky's really strong this season. I agree. I think Bucky's really, really strong. Is Bucky best DPS in the game? I don't think so. Some people think he is, but I don't know. I guess that's up for debate a little bit. But there you go. There's your rank 1 Bucky player. Or technically Winter Soldier. Although, Rafa's gotta be one of the only games where you call characters by their first name and people understand it. It's kind of wild.